Hello guys, welcome to this channel. This is Ghana Premier League Extra Plus. We are here for you. This is our own. So let's cherish our own because the Ghana Premier League is back and it's almost dying, right?
Charlie.
John,
Prof.
how far?
Prof.
We do this people.
Charlie,
It's like
and they miss you.
Then they miss we.
Our combination is mind busting.
Our combination is like Kwan Puku and
no. Pass them.
Yeah. So earlier today, John spoke about the partnership between Abetamo and Kwan Puku, and then he spoke at length about it. So you can also check the previous video for that over there. John, he'll be one solid guy. I did trust and pass. Charlie John, what's going on?
Ghana Premier League as usual. The title race and everything is heated. 3 matches to go. We still don't know the champion at the moment, but some teams have the upper hand in this title race, but it depends on what is going to happen within these next 3 games. So we are just
we have just 3 games to go.
3 games to go.
So we've played 31
games.
And there are just 3 games to go.
3 games to go.
Currently, how many teams are in the title contention?
At most, we have 4.
At most 4 teams. 4 teams. In the it's hard to folk part.
Oh, there are no days like
how to folk no days
part.
But
they embed one wonder.
How to folk get 49 points, right?
Yeah.
Where team they top?
With Mediama. Them get 50 points.
Hey. So the first, who secures the first spot of the
Nations FC?
How many points?
Nations are 57.
57. And Hatterfolk has how many points? 49. 3 games means plus 9. Who takes Hatterfolk to 58? So mathematically, Hatterfolk are part of the title contention.
No, so
they can lose what they are thinking. Can lose what
I don't see that. Then, and they just say win more than miracle. It will be more than resurrection. Resurrection Sunday.
So yes, we are going to talk about the Ghana Premier League title race. It is very hot, hotter than the sun, hotter than fire. That's what they say. So after this video, we are going to get to know which team stands a chance of winning the Ghana Premier League as at now. Yesterday, I was at the stadium, University of Ghana Stadium, when Nations FC trashed the Legon Cities. They confirmed Legon Cities' relegation from the league this season by 4-1. After that, it puts them on top of the table, and it has made it a bit clear for them. Do you think Nations can win the league?
You see, what Nations FC have been doing is not only this season. You look, last season is when they got promoted into the Ghana Premier League, and you look at their progression. Last season, in the Ghana Premier League, they finished 7th with 49 points.
They finished 7th?
Yes, with 49 points.
At the point, they were contending for the title. So how did they finish 7th?
So they finished 2, and they had a blip. I think they lost about 2 games. At that point, if they had won those 2, I think they would have been cleared to win the title. So you look at that. Last season, they had 49 points. They won 14 games. And they scored 33 goals and they conceded over 20 goals. Now you look at this season, coming into this season. This season, they've played 31 matches. They've scored 36 goals. And they've conceded less, 16 goals.
They've played 31 and scored 36.
And they've scored 36. Wow. And they've conceded 16 goals. An improvement on last season. And this season, they've outdone their best last season. Now they have 57 points, which is putting them top of the table. Now, it shows you the incredible job Mr. Kasim Mengo is doing with this club. Mind you, this summer, they let their top goal scorer for last season go, which is Asamoah Boateng, who scored 10 goals last season. Then everybody, boys speaker say, oh, it go be hard give them, but what did your man do? As a scouting coach, and we know Kasim Mengo for his scouting, his training of young players and everything. True. And he was able to go to AZ Stars, a team in the division, the lower division.
Is it Apache or Stars? Where he brought Faisal
Achawati from. And now he has brought him inside, and now he has scored 11 goals. He has outscored what Asamoah. So it shows you. So this thing will be saying your man just come by chance near that. He has worked, and the board and everybody has supported. Dr. Kwamichi has really done a fine job of supporting this coach and everything. And players with the likes of Suleimana have stepped up. Emmanuel Ano and Co have stepped up. I remind you, they have a goalkeeper who has won the league already. Kofi Mensah. He was with Mediama in the 2023 season. He has already won the league. And both keepers with his other counterparts, when they come on board, they are able to perform the goals for them, and they have helped in total with keeping 18 clean sheets for this Nations FC side. So everything from attack to defense to the goalkeeper to the coach to the board and everything is just working. Everything just the way give this Nations and FC squad. And I think currently the league, it is for them to lose.
Okay,
it is for them to do. Yeah.
But there's one thing I also think Nations FC did right. As you said, recruitment.
Yeah.
They did perfect there. Coming into the season, they realized that there were some portals they needed to fill. They had to make their squad depth to work this time around. They brought in Sanyon, Robin, whatever, the goalkeeper. Yes, they brought him in. And then at a point, Kobe Mensah was the one starting games. Yeah. He was doing well. He went to Black Galaxies. By the time he came back, his post had been taken.
And so how competitive.
Yes. And the guy who took the post also is paying his dues on time and very well.
8 clean sheets this season.
And they continue into the defense. Coming to this season, he realized that he had a Mensah who was left for Atufo, who was part-time as Simpson. In replacement for Ewa Mensah, he brought Samuel Seko for who has been the champ for the past 3 seasons, doing very well.
Solid guy.
And after that, he realized that Olympics had gone to relegation. Olympics' best centre-back, Oko Gripman, also joined Nations FC. In that sense, the 3 centre-backs that they had are one of the best in the country. Okay. In January, he realized that he didn't have a proper right-back. Christopher Nete was just home. He then took Christopher Nete, signed him. There was this Victor Dro guy who was playing for, I think, Lagos Cities last season. He don't have my section strategy. He signed him yesterday. He played as a right back. He was solid.
Quick.
He went up high the bench because he knew that he had Sadiq Al Hassan who was doing quite well in the midfield. He had Abdul Karim and then some other guys who were doing well. He went to the up front. As he said, he lost some about in every year. But in face at Chewete. Chewete goes right up at a point in time. What did he do? January.
Quick. And he has set
it. And is also doing well. Yeah. So if face at Chewete is not scoring, now there's someone who would score for him. And even Nafiu Suleiman on the wings is also contributing to the goals.
6 goals this year.
Yes. So I think they've done very well. Johnson Smith and Okas Mengo have done very well. But so looking at that, their next 3 games, they should have to play
defending champions.
They have Samatex at home against Basketball Stars away and then Heart of Lions at home. Out of these 3 games, briefly, how do you think they are going to fare in these 3 games?
First, the game against Samatex. Since last season, they were the only team to beat Samatex at Samoa Boy.
Yeah, that's true.
And since they came into the league, Samatex have not been able to beat Nations FC. So it's going to be quite difficult for them to get one over. But this is a different coach, and Samatex themselves are not really in a good place. So I think Nations FC, if they really want to win the title, and that's the thing. Last season, they ended the same position inside. They had the advantage, but they slipped up. So I won't bet against them or bet against Kasimengo making the same mistake. I think he has learned. I think he has learned, and the players themselves as a whole. And mind you, it's not a lot. All these players who it's not a core members of these players who have left the team.
Yeah,
even though you might say Asamoah Gyan got the goals and Michael Iwameza, but the people who have replaced them have been upgrades, so to say, based on what you've seen this season.
That's true anyway.
So I won't bet against him winning against Samatex. Now you go to the game against Goldstars away.
So Samatex, is he winning?
I think he has the Nations FC should beat Samatex.
Okay.
Now you go to Basake United away.
So Basketball Stars. So now they have 3 points plus
57. So 60.
60.
So 60. Now you go to Basketball Stars. The best away team in the Ghana Premier League is Nations FC.
Yeah, that's true.
So and the funny thing, look at Basake today, also fighting against relegation because the 3 teams that got promoted is very likely that they might also go. 2 of them might go because Lagos Cities are already relegated. So maybe one of them might join them. So it's going to be a very topsy-turvy match. But I think based on their way, from what we've seen from Nations FC, I think Nations FC should have it in them to beat Basake Holy Stars. Now you go to the final.
So they are winning that game. So that's plus.
That's 6. A win or draw for them. Their worst will be a draw.
So 1. So that's 4. And then
now we go to the Pandoras of Lions. See that game, that Pandoras of Lions game is going to be dependent on the results Nations FC has against their 2 games before, 2 games prior to that game. Because imagine if they were to draw against Samatex, then draw against Basake and Pandoras of Lions win their next 2.
Okay.
That means the advantage would be on Panduas of Lions, and Nations FC, the pressure will be more on them to try and do what win. And I think that might favor Bashir Hayford because his side he himself has been in that position before where Charlie check like things know they go, but he go find some way. The kind of Tottenham team, that Kotoko team where he do way them way the league. So he himself is an experienced coach in that manner.
So how is it going to end for Nations FC that day?
That game, if all things being equal, if Nations FC are able to win, I think the best thing is for them to win their next two games. So if their game against Panduas, they draw, it will not really affect them. So
are they drawing that game?
I think that game might end in a draw. A draw for Nations FC.
So if I'm saying a draw, that means they are having how many points? So 5 points.
Yeah, no, they want if they win against Samatex and they win.
Draw.
No, they'll win. I think they'll beat Goldstars.
So that's 6.
That's 6. So 7 points. So you add it to now 64.
64. They have how many points now?
59.
57. Okay, so that's 64. Okay, and then I think Heart of Lions, right? Heart of Lions have been one team at point in time. We all thought they were going to win the league.
Yeah.
Yes, they were running away with it until one or two things happened and then they lost out. But they are still in the race. Heart of Lions' next game is going to be against Young Apostles away, right? I think Heart of Lions have not really thrived away this season, and it's going to be a quite difficult game for them, especially at a point in time where Young Apostles themselves would want to escape relegation. Hence, they would do everything possible to get the result, especially when they are playing at home. Right? So I will not give the team maximum point to Heart of Lions in that game. Right? So they could both settle for a draw at the end of the 90 minutes. And then the next game will be against Bechem United at home, which I think is a win-win game. Bechem United have been the best team away. Heart of Lions have made sure that they make the Pando Stadium a fortress. The Lions, then as they call it. So that's going to be a win for them. And instead, their game with Nations is going to end in a draw, right? So if I go by that, I also give them a draw there. So that's 1 point. So 1 + 3, 4 + 1, 5. So 5 plus then
6. They have 56.
So that means they're going to have 61. Nations have 64 already. So that's 3 points gap. And then what about Kotoko?
But before we go to the Kotoko issue, you look at Panduas of Lions and Nations FC. They are the only team this season who have been able to win at least 5 games in a row.
Okay.
And you look at the people who the champions in previous season, you are supposed to be able to go on this kind of a winning streak.
Like
at least 5 games in a row, you win them. So it's going to be a very difficult game. Now to the Kotoko issue, since Abdul Karim Sito took over from Prosper as a room, I think Kotoko, there has been a new energy, a new vibe around the campaign. I was saying that right now training.
I think before Karim Sito, they didn't have a physical trainer in their team. So he came to the team. The first thing he did was to appoint a physical trainer, which puts their conditioning and team at the right place. And you can tell that the intensity in the games they play it's on the highest level. I think that would be something they would actually need in the next games they would have to play.
And you the kind that tracking back and getting free.
No.
And the under 20 tracking back.
I don't remember anything.
So if you've been following Karim Jito for a long time, he has this kind of system called tracking back and getting free. You track the player, then you get free at the end. If you can
I don't really understand. Can you?
So that's what a lot of us up to now we are still
tracking back and
getting free.
So who should track back and who should?
The same player should track back. When he's done tracking, then he gets free, gets into space and receives the ball and tries to do something else with the ball. That is Mr. Carl. That is his.
Okay.
So if you are not able to run there, Charlie, he will not be useful in that. But when it's all said and done, Kotoko have really done well this season. Since even with Postman Atewumi, he still kept them in the contention for the title. And Mr. Kabute or Mr. Karim Zito has come and he's really doing a good job. He's yet to lose a match with this Asante Kotoko.
So we are looking at the games they would have to play, right? The next game they have to play is against who? Bibiani Goldstars at Dance Park in Bibiani. We are going to be in Bibiani to bring live updates from there. So if you are wondering how you're going to get updates, yes, we are not going to fail you, right? Bibiani is in the Western region, I understand. So we are going to be there on Sunday to bring you updates from there as well. So the game against Bibiani, how do you think it's going to end? Are they going to get a team max 1 point? So they have to settle for at least one.
They don't have a choice to lose. Both teams, if they want to really win the league, one of them will have to go for it, and that's why I think it will favor Asante Kotoko.
Okay, so are they getting the 3 maximum point?
Yeah, I think
Kotoko is winning that game, so that's why 3.
But to me, from where I am, I don't want to make nations.
Bro, it's not about what you want. Just trash that. How is it going to end? Are they getting the 3 maximum point?
No.
I thought you just said yes. Some few moments ago.
I remembered another.
so how is it going to end?
Oh no, it went in the draw.
It went in the draw. So that's +1 for them, right? And then the next game they have to play as host to Mediama in Kumasi.
I think they'll beat Mediama.
So that's +3, 4. Yeah. And then they would have to come to Tamanu Town near J. Kriko, the second sports complex. Visions have proved to be one stubborn side. When you want the results, they tend to steal it from you. I think with all the title contenders, really the big teams in the Ghana Premier League, it's only I think Mediama who has managed to get it's not Mediama, I think Nations or Heart of Lions who has managed to get a win there. Is Kotoko going to break that jinx?
Oh no. From you see, Visions FC, they are what Accra based side.
So are they going to get that result from there? So they are going to draw.
They'll lose.
They'll lose that game. So which means from the next 3 games they have just 4 points.
Yeah, 4 points.
So which adds to the already 54. Which is 58. 52. And then the last one is being Goldstars. Goldstars have been one team who actually started the second part of last season well after the appointment of Stephen Manson, I guess. Yes, he came to this season. The guys like Kamara, Atakumi, Vincent, what is his name? Vincent, the captain, the media guy. I've forgotten the name. Yeah, the former Atofok guy. So he's the leader of the gang, and he has managed to coach them. Frimpong has managed to coach them very well. They have him and Okobi in the goal post who is doing very well. And this team is one team who the players have been familiar with themselves. Hence, they seem to get results even when they find it difficult to get. We were in Accra when they came to the University of Ghana Stadium, got an emphatic win against Atufok. And that was when they put themselves up there in terms of the title contention. And since then, they've never looked back. I mean, even though some results have not really favored them, but they are still up for it. And the game against Kotoko, as you said, I think Kotoko would not leave the beginning without a point. At least get a point from there.
It takes some.
So 1 point or 2 points will be stolen away from them. Hence, they will just get one at the dance park. They will have to travel to Brekum to play another game, which I believe is a game they can win. Because Brekum just this season haven't been too good of a side, especially at home or in the league in total. So they're going to get 3 minus 1 point from there. So that's +4. The next game against Accra Lions at home, I believe at that point, Accra Lions would have escaped relegation. Hence, they will not really have much at Great. Last season, I watched them in Summer Boy. So when I traveled like 12 hours from Accra to that village. Yes. so in Summer Boy, I think in the beginning, I think we only have to get the win, which means they'll have 7 out of the last 9 points they'll have to accumulate.
So 54 plus 7.
54 plus 61. 61, which still puts Nations ahead. So I think that's
our projections.
Per our projection, I think Nations are going to run away with it. We are going to be at Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex in June, I think 8th June 8th. To witness the game between them and Heart of Lions, which will also double as their title.
But I remember someone said, they asked someone about the league title and he said 8th June, you give.
Charlie, so on that. So Coach Wata, so that's a big shout out to you. Minkasa, I think. Me, I'm not talking anything. So I'm gonna I did this with my man. Yeah, John. Thank you so much for joining us on this one also. Thank you so much once again for getting us to 1,500 subscribers. We've done this for less than 2 months, but you guys have been super. I told you that CKB baby, I'm going to share with you. I'll let you guys share your Momo contacts. Charlie, I never lied to you guys before. Today is Tuesday. Me, I'll be Tuesday, but I never lied before. So we are going to share the Momo contacts to you guys. And the Momo with you guys in the comment section. So you post your number, we send it and send screenshots with thanks. We're going to be like that. Thank you so much for joining us on this one. Have a very good day. Don't forget to take very good care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next one.